It seems like your dad is like a big hero for you.
He is. My dad is like a G. Like he's I call him the OT engineer. I do know my mom, but I was primarily raised by my father and my grandmother and great-grandmother.
Yeah, it's just because like I wouldn't say I fundamentally disagree with you guys, with what you guys are saying, but I'm not. I'm atheist or agnostic. I'm not practicing of any religion, but I grew up in the church for 16 years. So my mom made me go every weekend.
Which church?
Baptist.
Well, why are you wearing a cross if you're atheist?
For fashion and irony. I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
She just said she's not atheist. I forgot what she said, but she's not atheist. And that's another confusing thing too. That's another reason. That shit blows my mind. Because a lot of people would talk shit about Christianity, but sit around wear crosses or get like scriptures on them, or they would do a lot of biblical shit, but be like, nah, I don't fuck with God. Yeah.
That blasphemous, but it's kind of like a fashion thing.
It's just
right
kind of
now.
strange.
It's definitely a trend.
You know?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
weird.
I still grew up in the
That's
church.
some real
I
shit.
still say I'm spiritual, but
weird.
I'm not practicing. I don't like follow the gospel like that. But
So you more so like believe in God and Jesus, but just not the
No.
church structure?
No.
Oh, no.
I have a connection to the church, and I'd say I have a connection to my spirituality, but I don't believe that I would know if there was a creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
just relativism.
yeah.
Okay.
But back to my point, what I was saying was like, I feel like I do agree, but I don't think it's fair to women out there, especially women who do work to organize their lives around their families. Because I had a single mom, and the way you describe your dad reminds me of the way I felt about my mom, you know. And although I do think women are more emotional, and that like increased emotional response can lead to like playing checkers instead of chess, I think maybe when women are able to subtract men from their lives, or like just like, I don't know. I think that there are women out there who can play life like a chess game, or that, like, I wish I could say that I could, you know, even though I was
Don't you
born
think
a
your
woman.
mom probably had to lean into her masculinity because she was a single mom?
Oh, definitely, but I don't see a problem with leaning into your masculinity. But I wish I could act like I was playing a game of chess.
In order for her, to go to her point, you're saying that you notice some of the things that she's talking about relevant to your relationship and your dynamic with your mom, but she had to take on a masculine role. So she probably had to do some of the things that she's describing her father did, correct?
Yeah, but she's a woman.
Yes,
But-
of course, I know she's still a woman. I'm saying she had to lean into her masculinity in order to probably protect you, provide for you, and also nurture you. So she had much more to do, but those aspects of protection and provision are masculine.
I think that I could be leaning into my masculinity more like on Tuesday than I was on Wednesday, but like they're just all abstract concepts, and at the end of the day, she's a woman, and we're
Well,
making
if they're abstract concepts, then why would you bring them up as being a differential between the two things if they're just abstract?
They are abstract, but what I'm saying is I think it's problematic to.
Yeah, but you're a relativist. Everything's abstract.
That's okay.
And why is
Right.
it problematic for her to put her father on her pedestal?
It's not problematic for her to put her father on a pedestal.
Well,
I'd say it's
what aspect
problematic
is
to
problematic?
say that men are always playing chess and women are always playing checkers, because chess is fundamentally
Is
a
that
higher intelligent game.
Now this is not a full this is like not the full podcast, so I don't know fully what's going on. I'm only in a certain section. If I think she means what I think she means, then I'm on the same track as they are. I think before he started talking, he's saying men naturally play the game like chess, women naturally play the game like checkers. Since one's emotional, well, the game not emotional, but chess is way harder than checkers. Since I'm thinking he's saying like women are more emotional, so it's like checkers. Men think more logical, so we play the game like chess. I think that's what he's saying. Let's see.
A truth statement?
No, I'd say.
No. So then why should we believe you if it's not a true statement?
Why should you believe?
Why
me?
should we believe what you just said, that some women are doing this, some men are doing that? You just said that it's not a true statement.
Well, if you want to actually talk about logic, though.
Is it true or not true?
It's a logical fallacy to say something is always one way and never another way.
What's that fallacy
It's
called?
a trend.
Is it called the I just made it the fuck up fallacy? So back to where I was at.
It's not called
So back
that.
to where I was at
not called
when we're talking about relativism, which is what we're talking about right now. You can't make truth claims.
Relativism is what you're talking about. Okay, I was just talking. She was talking about a trend that she's
but it's not. When you say
she's talking about a stereotype.
When you say
between,
something like I disagree, when you say something like I disagree with you, this is not true. This is true. You're a moral relativist. You don't even believe in a standard for truth. You have no standard for truth. Why would you ever make a claim something is true or not true?
Well, you just hate all relativists. I was having a conversation where I was,
is that true?
Well,
is it true that I hate all relativists?
It might be.
Come on, dog. You gotta let her talk. You gotta let her talk. Because every time she says something, bro, you do jump the gun and cut her off. You gotta let her talk.
You're not a relativist.
Is that true? That might be true?
Okay, I'm sorry I had a relativist argument, but the point that I was trying to make was the phrase men are playing chess, women are playing checkers is a stereotypical phrase, and I'm sure she might also concede that there are outliers to that. Mm-hmm. However, I'm saying maybe a better way to phrase it, as she was saying, was it is more masculine to play chess as perceived in our society because we have for so long said, oh, men play chess. Of course, that's masculine. You're becoming more masculine if you're starting to play chess. Why can't I just say she's becoming more strategical?
Why
can't I just say she's becoming more strategical?
I think she was using it as an analogy.
Can I ask you a
I'm
question?
aware.
Yeah.
So I have two questions, I guess. One, would it be as offensive if I in fact said women play chess and men play checkers? And two, actually, you can answer that one first.
I don't think it's offensive at all. I was just voicing my opinion.
Okay, but when so in regards to the initial statement, you were talking about being raised by a single mother. Do you think that a man can do the role of a mother? Do you think that's replaceable by a man? Can your father do what a mother does for you?
I wouldn't put it in personal terms.
Well,
I wouldn't put it in personal terms to myself, but I think that a man could easily fulfill the role of a single mother.
I asked because
I wish Grid 1 was my dad donated $200. First girl, word of advice. Stop while you're behind. I will only get worse for you from here.
I'm great at arguing.
Ladies, what are 2 deal-breaker characteristics in a man? Also, fuck the ATF. Abolish the NFA.
Yes.
And you know what?
This is hard. Because I do think, but I don't think a father can play a mother's role. I think a father can I think a father can do a good job of being a single dad. Just like I think a single mom can do a good job of being a single mom. But the same way a female, I feel like a single mom cannot replace a single dad. I feel like a single dad cannot replace a single mom. But I do feel like it's better to be with a single dad as a child than to be with a single mom. Even though I came from a single mom. But I do think it's better to be with a single dad. And the reason why I say that is just for the fact that, like, it's your mother, bro. She'll be emotional. Like, your mother gonna be like your safety. Your mother's supposed to be your safety net. Like, that's supposed to be like your emotional, most vulnerable point. Like, you can cry, you can whine, you can say everything you did wrong. The mother is supposed to just be that, like, that comfort, you know. It's a growing up when you do things wrong or like something messes up. The emotional standpoint of the mom supposed to come and cover you, no matter what my child like. What the mom see is like, no matter what my kid did, my kid is still my kid. So I'm going to defend my kid emotionally and just be there for them emotionally, no matter what they did. That's why a lot of times, a lot of serial killers or a lot of like crazy dudes come from single moms. Because it's like growing up, whenever they got in trouble, the mom came to the rescue. With a dad, I feel like, yeah, son, you fucked up. Or yeah, daughter, you fucked up. This is the consequences. This is what's going to happen. It doesn't mean your life is over. Or it doesn't mean you're gonna die or some shit, but you have to deal with the consequences. So the reason that's like a father. So the reason why I say the father is a better option, because logically in life is not gonna be emotional to you. Life is gonna be logical to you. So if you fuck up and your mom's not there to save you, then like you don't know how to, I guess, interact with the world, or you don't know how to take consequences. If you fuck up and your dad not there to save you, at least you know, like, all right, bro, I'm about to get in trouble. This about to happen to me. This gonna happen to me. I just gotta suck it up and take it. This is what life is dishing out to me. Pretty much.
Credit, it's good that you're at least, because I feel like this panel might be leaning a bit more one way than the other. So I certainly give you credit for being open to disagreement on this.
Well, just to kind of play devil's advocate here, because I naturally agree more with Keisha, but I can see both sides of an argument.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll say is
I
think what Keisha was meaning was generalities. Like in general, men, think with playing chess and women with checkers, but